Hey, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us. Our guest is John Sullivan. If there's anybody that knows this building, is John Sullivan. He's the guy that's put it all together. John is with John Sullivan and Sons Construction. Did I get that right?
Right.
Yeah.
Named after my father.
Yeah. How many sons are there?
Actually, there were 5 sons. One died at birth, though, and I, being the oldest, always remembers that one.
Yeah.
You know, and four daughters he had. So.
And you were telling me during the commercial break that both your parents came from Ireland?
Yes. Yeah. My mom was from Galway and Connemara, and my dad was from County Cork, a little town called Lepp. And they met in this country in Boston, and got married, and then the rest is history.
Yeah. The building, I remember when it was just a hole filled with water, and there are a lot of people saying that this was never going to get built. Boy, you've really turned things around here.
Well, I had a lot of help.
Yeah.
A lot of great help, as a matter of fact. Every contractor that worked on this job did an excellent job, you know, put their heart and soul into it. And I got 2 brothers, Jimmy and Tommy, that had my back the whole way, you know, so we're close now. We're only a few nails away, maybe a couple of gallons of paint, you know. And
Peter Carl says that you can be ready by April or May, yes?
Well, I'll tell you how I'm going to go by it, okay? Because that question has been asked to me since they knocked down the old foundation wall. When you see me with a T-shirt that says it's done, it's done.
It's people that know their local history. St. Patrick's Church, which now is a part of the church across the street, St. Joseph, St. Patrick's Church, was here, and you were telling me that you found the wall, the foundation wall.
Yeah,
from the church?
the retaining wall we have out front here, behind us on the Columbia Street side, that all came from the old St. Patrick's Church. And we recycled it and used it and thought it would look pretty good, you know, talked to Vaughn about it. And it gave us actually a little bit bigger of a courtyard out here, too. So that's a good thing, you know.
The bar area here all came in crates from Dublin, and then it was assembled here.
Well, it came in pieces, and behind us here they have what they call a screen. And the container was packed. As a matter of fact, I think that it took, the first container came and we started at 7 o'clock in the morning. We weren't done till 4. And we had Nikki Durr and Russ Brooks. They came down and volunteered to help us, and I think they realized that was the worst decision they ever made in their life. They went home awful sore that night.
The upstairs is going to be something too. The museum's going to be upstairs. That's a pretty big area.
Oh, it is big, you know, and I mean, there's a history that we have of our Irish heritage that very few know about. You know, very few people realize that the Irish were sold into slavery. You know, the first was 30,000 prisoners. They shipped them to Australia. And then they started sending women and children and men to the Bahamas, you know. And there's a tradition there. I think that the way I describe it is when you tell an Irishman he can't, he will. Yeah.
The area that we're sitting in, I can see over by your shoulder the fireplace. It's going to be a working fireplace, yes?
Yes, it'll be a gas fireplace, and that area is known as the library over there. And there's a lot of stuff that they call bric-a-brac in the back there. That's all going to be in the shelves, bottles from all of it came from Ireland, accordions and fiddles and everything that keys to the Irish heritage.
And there's going to be downstairs. Is it downstairs or is it on this floor, the kitchen?
The kitchen's right over there.
Huge kitchen.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I think they'll do well with it. This is going to be a very unique place, I think. I think there'll be a lot of laughter in here and a lot of love in here. You know, I don't think it'll be your... I talked to Darren Fagan from the Irish Pub Company. He said there is not a Irish pub like this between New York City and Buffalo. You know, so we've got something big here.
When I came in to the building a little while ago, I saw you sitting over in the corner there. What's that area going to be?
That's called the whiskey room. You know, and there'll be seating in there to have drinks or to eat dinner or whatever. You know, and we've got typical place to stand over here, over there where there's a little bar. We've got seats going all around that, and over in that corner. over on the Huntington Street side. So there's going to be plenty of room.
And we still got the seats in bubble wrap and out in the event center.
As a matter of fact, all I need to do is get you a Guinness and you'll be all set there.
And the event center itself, you've got all that furniture stacked back there, don't you?
Yes, all of that's got to come in here, but that won't come in here until this is clean as a whistle. Everything is done. The beer taps are installed, and all the brickbats up on the shelves, and we'll move it in and we'll get ready to open.
Yeah, I was looking behind the bar, and that needs to be finished behind the bar.
Yes,
right?
yeah, but there's a couple of design things that we've got going now, where the coolers are going to go, what size coolers, how many sinks we're going to have, dishwashers, and everything, and it all takes time.
Yeah.
You know, it's a process.
Yeah. The people that are going to be, I should have asked Peter Carl this, maybe you know, they're going to be hiring people for this place.
A lot of people. I don't think you can run a place like this with the banquet hall, the catering they plan on doing out of here, the bar itself, you know, the dinner crowd that'll be coming. I can't imagine what the staff will be, you know, and I think that again, that'll be a little bit of a hinder to opening, because you just don't go out and hire, we'll say 40 people and say, yeah, come on in and do your job. You know, they've got to be trained for 3 to 4 weeks, you know, and everything's got to be set up, and that'll take some time.
Any idea how much parking is going to be out here?
I think there's enough for about 130 people out there, 130 cars. Okay, so usually people travel in pairs, you know.
Yeah.
And so that means that 260 people will only have to walk through the door.
Yeah.
You know.
The building, has it at this point exceeded your expectations now that you're seeing it?
From the first time I met Vaughn Lang, which was in my kitchen at my house, and my wife had made shepherd's pie that night, and boy, he wanted some of that, you know, and talked to him. When he showed me the plans, I thought it was magnificent. And I knew what it was going to look like from the prints. But then we started running around. We went to Canada, up around the St. Lawrence, and there were 2 quarries there, one on the American side, one on the Canadian side, and looked at stone, and he knew what he wanted, you know. And he has a saying, if you're going to do it only once, do it big. And he's done it big.
I like that saying.
My hat's off to him.
Yeah, I like that saying. Hey, I've got to congratulate you, Grand Marshal of this year's parade. How thrilling is that for you?
It's thrilling, but we may have painted a stereotype of the Irish here, you know what I'm saying? All you have to do to become the Grand Marshal is build a pub.
Yeah, we're going to talk to some folks in just a second about this year's parade and the passing of the shillelagh and all that, but that's an honor for you.
Oh, it is, you know, and I mean, I've thought deeply since Peter Carl told me this, that I was selected as a Grand Marshal of my parents, you know. I mean, really, we don't, any honor, any achievement we ever get is through the grace of God. My parents, the greatest gift they ever gave me was my faith, and boy, they did a lot for us.
Good for you. And I'll just leave you with this one note. There's been a lot of Grand Marshals before you, and none of them have ever gotten the parade lost. So I hope you'll continue that.
There could be a first. Thank you so much, Joe.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. When we come back, we're going to be talking about that parade and the passing of the shillelagh and the painting of the Green Line and all that. Short break. Right back.